Okay, hello everyone. It's me, it's Mark, and I'm here with you for another live stream class. Before we do anything, I need to know if you can see me. I need to know if you can hear me. If you can see me, if you can hear me, please say yes in the chat so I know everything is A-okay. Helga says yes. Thank you, Helga. Diva, hello Diva. Diva says yes, great. Carlos, howdy. Carlos says yes. Thank you, Carlos. Okay, let's see. Oh, Katie, hello. Katie says yes. Katie says yes. Iman says yes. Oh, I'm so happy to see you all. We have a great group, as always, here in the chat. I appreciate you guys being here with me because, of course, without you, there's no reason for me to be here. Okay, you can see me, you can hear me, everything is how it should be. As you know, we always start our class with the toast. We'll have 2 toasts today, yes, 2 toasts. So whatever you're drinking, pick it up. Of course, I have my hot coffee. And for our first toast, it is for the green team. You see them, their names are in green. They support me. They support the channel. Let's give the green team a big thank you. We have Carlos here right now in the chat representing the green team. Okay, let's give Carlos and the rest of the green team a big thank you. Here we go. Cheers, bump, cheers, bump. And because we had a toast, we have to have a drink. Bottoms up. Mary says yes too. Hello, Mary. Okay, our second toast, it is for you because without you, there's no reason for me to be here. So let's toast to you. Let's toast to a fun, interesting, informative, and productive lesson today. Cheers, bump, cheers, bump. And because we had a toast, we have to have a drink. Bottoms up. Okay, good. Well, now let's talk about today's lesson plan. Yes, here is our lesson plan. It is on this sheet of paper. We are going to do 3 worksheets, everyone. 3 worksheets. Our first worksheet is comparing idioms. We will look at 2 idioms and see how they are similar and how they are different. And the 2 idioms are hit the road and call it a day. After that, we're going to compare grammar pairs. We're going to compare grammar pairs. And today we're going to compare going to versus would. Going to versus would. And then we will finish our class today comparing vocabulary pairs. Comparing vocabulary pairs. And we're going to compare illicit and illicit. Illicit and illicit. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. I hope you are ready to practice with me and in the chat. By practicing in the chat, you are helping yourself and you're helping others at the same time because you're providing example sentences, and that's how we learn. We learn by examples. So participate in the chat, help yourself, help others, and you must be a subscriber to enter the chat. I do that to keep the bots out, to keep the spamming out, so we have a fun and safe, wonderful place to practice our English together. So subscribe, get in the chat, practice with us, help yourself and help others at the same time. Okay, all right, so let's get into it. Our first activity is a worksheet. We're going to compare some idioms. And these are the 2 idioms we will compare. So our first activity is comparing idioms. Okay, and we are comparing hit the road and call it a day. Okay, those are the 2 idioms. Hit the road and basically have a journey, right? Start a journey or leave. Like, oh, this place is too crowded. Let's hit the road. Or hey, let's hit the road and go to California. Or let's hit the road and go to Texas, right? So we're gonna take a road trip. Let's hit the road and travel to Wyoming, all right? And then call it a day, all right? We are done. Great job, everyone. Let's call it a day. Everyone did a great job. Let's finish. Let's stop working, okay? So those are our 2 idioms, and let's check out the worksheet, and there we will practice using the worksheet. It's gonna be right here. Let's go to Texas. Let's hit the road, right? Good, Carlos. Okay, here we go. There's the worksheet. We gotta make it larger so everyone can see easily. Okay, here we got hit the road and call it a day. And so basically we're looking at stopping or starting an activity. So that's how these two are similar, stopping or starting an activity. And here are the 2 idioms right here. So hit the road, to begin a journey or leave a place, right? We packed our bags and hit the road early in the morning, and then leave a place. For example, this place is too crowded, let's hit the road. Or I'm bored. I'm bored, or I've had enough beer, let's hit the road. Okay, and then to call it a day, and to stop working or end an activity for the day. We're done. We've done enough for now. Let's call it a day. All right, so those are our 2 idioms. And now let's practice. Okay, so here in the chat, what time do you usually call it a day? So what time do you usually finish work? And then when was the last time you hit the road for a trip? So one more time, what time do you usually call it a day? Meaning, what time do you usually finish work? And then 2, when was the last time you hit the road for a trip? That means you took a car, you were in the car and you went somewhere by car. And it's a little far, right? So when you hit the road and get in your car, you're not just going downtown, you're not just going to a restaurant. No, you're going to the next town. So you're gonna be in the car for a amount of time, maybe an hour. We can do that. 2 hours, 3 hours, right? So it's not gonna be, just in town. Okay, Helga is answering the questions in the chat here. Helga says, I usually call it a day about 7 p.m. Good, Helga. Carlos, I call it a day at 5 p.m. Good. What time do you call it a day? What time do you finish your job, usually? So you can see the question, usually. Because many of us, we never finish exactly at the same time. And then our second question, when was the last time you hit the road for a trip? That means, when was the last time you went somewhere by car, and not just in your town, but the next town, or, you're in the car for over an hour going somewhere. Iman, last July I hit the road to Washington, D.C. Right, great, Iman. Kadeen says, I call it a day at 6 p.m. Very good, Kadeen. Okay, so there are 2 questions. Let's continue with the worksheet. Continue the chat, but for some people, let's continue in the activity. So you can see both of those, right? So the let's chat, questions for you, and then now fill in the idiom. So you can go at your own pace. Helga says, I don't remember when the last time I hit the road for a trip. Okay, here we go, Helga. We're going to change your sentence a little bit. I don't remember the last time I hit the road for a trip. I don't remember the last time I hit the road for a trip. Okay, now we have fill in the idioms. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm tired. What's the idiom? We should. What's the idiom? After hours of cleaning, we finally. What is the idiom? They said goodbye, and what is the idiom? Okay, Katie is answering those 4 questions or those 4 sentences, filling in the idiom. Katie says, I call it, wait. No. I saw that, Helga. Okay, Katie, right. Okay, I got lost in the chat here. Okay, Katie, I'm tired. Let's call it a day. Very good. Okay, good. Helga fixed her sentence. I don't remember the last time I hit the road for a trip. For a road trip. For a road trip. Okay, Helga, a little bit. You have to change again. For a road trip. Yes, okay, number 1. Good, I'm tired. Let's call it a day. Good, Helga. Carlos, I went to San Antonio last week. We hit the road at about 8 a.m. and we arrived there about 10:30. Good. So, Carlos, we want, I hit the road at about 8 a.m. Good, Helga, for a road trip. Okay, here we go. This is number 2 in the fill in the idiom. We should hit the road for the trip if we want to reach the beach before noon. Now, you keep saying for the trip, Helga. It's just hit the road. Okay, do you remember that? So it's just hit the road. Okay, good, Carlos. I hit the road at 8 a.m. Good. Yeah, Katie. So number 2, we should hit the road if we want to reach the beach before noon. Perfect. Okay, Carlos, good. I hit the road at 8 a.m. Perfect. Okay, 3, Helga. After hours of cleaning, we finally called it a day. Yes. Mary, after breakfast, I hit the road for the doctor's appointment. Katie, yep, call it a day. Number 3, after hours of cleaning, we finally called it a day. So it's past tense, right? It happened. After 3 hours of cleaning, right? It's done. The cleaning is done. We finally called it a day. So it's C-A-L-L-E-D, called it a day. We want to put that in the past. And number 4, yes, they said goodbye and hit the road for home. Okay, Katie, Helga. There's no for a trip. Hit the road. That's the idiom. That's all. You keep putting for a trip. So, hit the road. the question, maybe you're getting mixed up. So we had in the chat, we had a question, when was the last time you hit the road for a trip, right? When was the last time you hit the road to go somewhere? But the idiom here is just hit the road. So these sentences should be only hit the road. They said goodbye and hit the road for home. Yep, good, Iman. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Now, of course, you're going to make your own sentences now. We're going to make the worksheet a little bit smaller here. Okay, good, good. Okay, so now you're going to make sentences. And before you do that, let's look at the key differences. And the idiom hit the road, start traveling, and then we use it for to begin a journey, right? Meaning start traveling, and we use it to begin a journey somewhere, right? We hit the road to San Antonio, right? We hit the road to Las Vegas. We hit the road to Paris. And then call it a day, stop working, end an activity. So after a long day, we called it a day. After working day and night, we called it a day. So end an activity, stop working. Okay, and so make sentences, right? So write a sentence in the chat using one idiom, right? So hit the road, call it a day. Let's see your sentences. Okay, let's see. Helga. They said goodbye and hit the road for home. Yes. Okay, now here is Helga's sentence. I'd like to hit the road to New York. Nice. Okay, so let's do 2 minutes on the sentences, then we'll go to our next worksheet. So I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock, on the timer, and I want to see your sentences in the next 2 minutes. Then we will go to our next activity, and that is comparing grammar pairs. We'll practice going to versus would. Yukinon, hello. Thank you, Yukinon. Good. That's a good sentence, Yukinon. I have been working the whole day. Let's call it a day. Yep. Let's finish. We are tired. Let's call it a day. Good job, everyone. Everyone did well. Let's call it a day. Good job, team. Let's call it a day. Thank you, Carlos. Okay, Carlos, let's look at your sentence here. Could you come and look at the job in the afternoon? I call it a day at 5 p.m. Could we go to your place around 6 p.m.? Okay, Carlos, we have to change your sentence a little bit, Carlos. Okay, so you want someone to look at what you did, right? So could you come and see the job okay, could you come and see the job? So look is wrong, I think. Could you come and see the job in the afternoon? Right? Could you come and see the job in the afternoon? I call it a day at 5 p.m. Okay, so I could go over your place at around 6, so scratch that, erase that. So let's just do this, Carlos. Could you come and see the job in the afternoon? I call it a day at 5 p.m. Right, so after 5, I go home. So if that doesn't, and then if 5 p.m. isn't good for the customer, I could come, yeah, so I'm confused, Carlos, because you have, I call it a day at 5, that means you're finished. But then you have 6 p.m. So I'm a little confused. Helga, the workers were working all day long, and now they called it a day. Yeah, the workers were working all day long, and now they called it a day. So yeah, just working, and then worked, get rid of that. The workers were working all day long. Kidding, the students studied for hours, so the teacher told them to call it a day. Yes, good, Katie. Okay, you got it. Good, Carlos. Okay, good job. Let's change worksheets now. Now we are going to our grammar pairs, and of course, as you know, all the worksheets are on my Patreon. Go to my Patreon, support me there so I can support you here. All the worksheets you see here are there. Okay, let's go now to our grammar pairs. Okay, so I'm going to write over here number 2. Okay, comparing grammar pairs. And we're going to look at going to and would. Okay, going to and would. Of course, we have a worksheet, and let's look at the worksheet and practice. Okay, oh, Carlos, here we go. Could you come to see the job in the afternoon? I call it a day at 5 p.m. What about tomorrow morning? Perfect. Very great, Carlos. It's clear. I understand very easily, especially in business, right? You're a carpenter, you're a woodworker. So it's very important that you communicate with your customers clearly and simply. Keep it short, keep it simple. Great job, Carlos. Perfect. Okay, let's look at our grammar pairs. Worksheet 1. No, that's worksheet 2. Mistake. There's 1. Okay, here we go. And remember, with the grammar pairs, the pattern is very important. How we use these grammar, how we use this grammar in the sentence, making patterns, right? So these are all based on patterns. And so if you use the pattern wrong, you're making a mistake. If you use the pattern correctly, then you're making a good sentence, right? So we're going to look at the patterns, and that's going to be key to writing correct sentences. Okay, so we're looking at going to versus would, and going to plans or intentions. For example, we are going to visit our grandparents. Would, hypothetical situations. I would travel more if I had the time, right? That's just a simple explanation. I gotta make the worksheet a little bit smaller here. And now let's take a little more, it's gotta be smaller. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so going to, used to talk about planned actions or intentions in the future. Pattern, right? This is very important. Subject, who's speaking? Who is the sentence for? And then we have the subject, you, me, him, her, I, you, he, she, right? Who is, the target. And then be verb, so was, were, am, is, are. Was and were, that is for past tense. And remember, was is singular and were is plural. So, for example, I was, he was, she was. And then more than one person. We were, they were, okay? And then we also use it for you were. And then we have our am, is, are, present tense. So again, subject, I am, and then he, she, is, and then they are, we are. Okay, and then going to plus base verb. So that pattern is very important. And so example, I am going to study tonight, right? It's a plan. You decided, right? In the future. So I is the subject, am is our be verb, and then going to is our pattern, and then base verb is study, and then more information, for example, tonight. When are you going to study? Tonight. And it's a planned action. You have decided already. That's why you are using going to. Now, would used to talk about imagined situations or repeated actions in the past. So repeated actions in the past is more like when I was young, I would go to the beach every day. When I was young, I would play outside until dark, right? So repeated actions in the past. So I'm talking about what happened in the past. Repeated, for example, I would go to school with my friends every day. I would walk to school when I was in elementary school, right? And so repeated actions, right? You walk to school every day, and that happened when I was in elementary school. When I got to high school, then I started driving. When I was in high school, I would drive to school, right? When I was in high school, I would have lunch outside every day, for example, right? Repeated actions in the past. And also imagined situations, right? Hypothetical situations, not real. Like, if I had enough money, I would go to Europe, right? I don't have enough money, so I can't go to Europe, but I would if I had the money, right? So hypothetical, imagined, right? You're thinking in your head, oh, I would like to do that. I would like to go there. I would like to have a new car. I would like to have a bigger house, right? These are things you would like. They're imagined. Maybe you work hard. You work hard, you save your money, you get a better job, then they could happen. But right now, as I'm talking to you, they're imagined, hypothetical. Okay, Yukinon has a question here. Is would in this context like be used to? You mean in the past, right? Repeated in the past. So for example, when I was young, I would walk to school every day. When I was young, I used to walk to school. Yes, Yukinon. So in the past, right? Good, Yukinon. Great job. So Yukinon is saying, so we can use actually either way. You can use would for repeated actions in the past, or you can use used to for repeated actions in the past, right? So when I was young, I would walk to school every day. Used to. When I was young, I used to walk to school every day. Thank you, Yukinon. Okay, so let's get back here. Okay, so repeated actions in the past or imagined situations. So again, the pattern, subject, would, base verb. So that's very important to keep the pattern. For example, I would travel more if I had more money. Okay, so hypothetical, imagined, not real. Okay, so now let's practice. Number 2, complete the sentence. Fill in the blanks with going to or would plus the correct verb. So you have to change the verb depending on when it happened, right? So the verbs buy, visit, learn, call, start. And remember the patterns here, right? So with going to, we need subject, was, were, am, is, are, plus going to. And the base verb. So all the verbs in the parentheses, those are in the base. Buy, visit, learn, call, start. Anna, hello Anna, how are you today? Good to see you. Okay, Carlos. I would buy that book, but it was too expensive. Good. Yeah. Now, actually, we can, so actually, number 1, we can go either. We can go either, we can say going to or would, okay? So, for number 1, you guys, I would buy that book, but it was too expensive, right? I want to, but I can't, right? Or you could say, I was going to buy that book, but it was too expensive. Okay? So either way you can use, but for going to, you'd have to put the was, past tense, be verb. So we can say, I would buy that book, but it was too expensive. Or we can say, I was going to buy that book, but it was too expensive. So either way is okay. Number 2, going to, yeah, so that is the correct one. So, we are going to visit you next weekend. So we are. So remember, we need the be verb with going to, right? So subject, be, and be is was, were, am, is, are. So we are going to visit you next weekend. Yeah, good, Katia. Katia, hello. Yeah, okay, good, Katie. You got, or Helga, you got it. Good. We are going to visit you next weekend. Good. Yeah, number 3, that's right, Helga. Okay, good, Yukinon. Yep, so we can use either case. We could use would or going to. Right? So for number 1, right? Yukinon, it was planned, right? So like, okay, oh, I see that book. I want to get it. So I'm going to get it, right? I was going to get that book. Then you saw the price. Too expensive. Yeah. Okay, good. Yukinon. If I had more time, I would learn Spanish. Perfect. Okay, that's another, that's fine. Yep, Carlos, we can say that. Yep, so again, we can use, for number 4, we can use either. Yeah, so for number 4, we can say he is, or he said he is going to call me later, or we can say he said he would call me later. Both are okay. Yeah, and so number 5 is going to. That is the only answer, right? They are going to start the project this afternoon. Good. So 1 and 4 can be either one, would or going to. However, and number 2 is also either. Number 3 is would, has to be would, and then number 5 has to be going to. Yukinon, okay, let's see. She has, call me, okay, he said he was going to call me later. He said he is going, okay, yeah, it depends on when you are talking about it. So for example, the sentence he said, right? So you are, that is called reported, right? And so you're reporting what the person said, right? So if you're reporting, if you can use it either way. You could report it happened in the past, or you're talking about it now, right? So let's look back here again. So we can say for number 4, he said he was going to call me later. That's fine. Or he said he is going to call me later. So it all depends on how, and the context in when you are saying this and when you're reporting when he said it. So it's really, both are grammatically correct. It's just how you want to state it, how you're reporting the speech, reported speech. Yeah, so that's right. Yes, Helga. So we can say, he said he was going to call me. Yes, we can say that. Actually, that's a good, Carlos, that's a good, okay, you can, but Carlos had a good point. So maybe that's the difference. Where if you say, oh, he said he was going to call me later, that means he didn't, right? He didn't do it. That actually, Carlos, that is really good that you said that. Okay, so context, right? This is, or nuance. This is why language is so difficult. So the difference between was and is, right? Present or past and present. So he said, and then he said he was, let's see, I have to look at the sentence here again. He said he, okay, so he said he, okay, if we want to use is going to call me later, right? That's the, yeah, okay. So this is, he's going to do it, right? He said he is going to call me later. He's going to do it. Okay, I'm waiting. I expect it to happen, right? He said he's going to call me later, right? He made a plan, right? He decided. And so, okay, so I expect his phone call later, right? So I know he's going to call. However, he said he was going to call me later. Now, the context, my thinking is like, he didn't do it. He said he was going to call me later, right? But he didn't. And so here I'm talking before, and here I'm talking after, right? So later, let's say later is 5 p.m. Okay, so 5 p.m. is later, for example. So he said he is going to call me later. So right now we're talking, and let's say this is noon. Okay, this is noon time. And so he said he's going to call me later. Okay, so I'm expecting 5. So he always does this. He doesn't lie. Okay. Here, let's say now this is 7 p.m. So I'm telling you it's 7 p.m. He said he was going to call me later. He didn't. So I'm talking to you at 7 p.m. and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Here, I'm talking to you at noon and I expect it to happen. So there you go. Understand? Carlos, I have to thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Carlos. You are the one who recognized that. I did not. You're the one who recognized that. You saw that in the sentence, Carlos. Thank you. Oh, who's sad? Okay, good. Is that Mina? Oh, I can't read Arabic. Is that Mina? Okay, good. Okay, let's go back to the worksheet. Great job, Carlos. Thank you. So does everyone understand? Well, let me go back to the white. So do you understand? Is and was and the nuance, the when we use this, why we use this? Okay, let's go back to the worksheet. And, okay, so let's say the sentences one more time, and then we'll go to the next activity here in the worksheet. So number 1, I would buy that book, but it was too expensive. Or we can say, I was going to buy that book, but it was too expensive. Number 2, we are going to visit you next weekend. We are going to visit you next weekend. Number 3, if I had more time, I would learn Spanish. If I had more time, I would learn more Spanish or learn Spanish. Number 4, he said, okay, here we go. We got three possibilities. He said he would call me later, or he said he was going to call me later, or he said he is going to call me later. And then number 5, they are going to start the project this afternoon. They are going to start the project this afternoon. Okay, and now let's go here to our next activity. Now, number 3, which sentence is correct? So 1A or 1B, which one is correct? 2A or 2B, which one is correct? 3A or 3B, which one is correct? I can make it a little bit larger, I think. I know some of you have phones. Okay, so everyone's saying 1B is correct. I am going to visit you. Yes, yes, that's the pattern, right? I would going, so would is followed by the base verb, right? So I would go to visit you, but going is wrong in 1A, right? So the answer is 1B, that's the correct answer. I am going to visit you. Okay, Katie says 2A. He said he would help us. He said he going to help us. Yes, so it is 2A. Remember, we got to stay with the pattern. He said he would help us. So would plus base verb help. Going to, he said he going to help us. So there's no he and there's no be verb. So to be, the be verb is missing, is missing. He said he is going to help us. So, but to be, there's no is. So it is correct. It is wrong. It's a mistake. So the answer is 2A. Okay, and I see, yeah, Carlos, good. He said he would help us. And everyone's saying 3A here. So let's look at 3. 3A is we are going to the beach tomorrow. And then 3B, we would going to the beach tomorrow. So remember, would plus base verb, so that would be go. Going is not the base verb, right? We would go to the beach tomorrow. That's okay. But it's going, so that is incorrect. 3A, we are going to the beach tomorrow. So that is correct. We have we is the subject, are is the be verb, going to, and then the beach. So that is correct. So it is 3A is the correct sentence. Very good. You guys did good. Now let's go to worksheet number 2. Let's go to worksheet 2, Patreon worksheets. Is that Mina? I don't know. Who is that? Who? I can't read Arabic. Who is that? Okay, let's look at worksheet 2. Okay, now you have to correct the mistake. Let's make it a little bit larger for you, the people on phones. Okay, let's now fix the mistake. So each step is getting more difficult, right? Each step we are building. So 4, find and correct the grammar mistake. So each step, the challenge gets more difficult. So now you have to find the mistake. Before you compared, right? A little easier looking at those two sentences, seeing which one was correct, which one was incorrect. Now you have only one sentence and you have to find the mistake. So it's getting a little more difficult. Is that Mina? Please say yes or no. If it is not Mina, what is your name? I cannot read Arabic. Okay, good, Helga. Yes, Carlos. So, sentence one, there is no be verb. You need the be verb. And the subject is she, so that means is. So you have to put is in the sentence. She is going to cook dinner tonight. Very good. Yes, Yukino. So this is grammar awareness. You gotta look at the sentence, think of the pattern. Yeah, that's right, Iman. Right, so number two, they would go to the park every Sunday. So we're in the past, repeated action in the past, right? So, for example, when they were young, they would go to the park every Sunday, right? Repeated action in the past. Last summer, they would go to the park every Sunday. That's right. So the pattern is would plus base verb. So it has to be go. They would go to the park every Sunday. So in the past, repeated action. Good, Carlos. That's right. I have to cough. Okay, so 3, there is no 2, right? I am going to study tonight. That's right. So 2 is missing. Going to. A planned action in the future. I am going to study tonight, right? In the future, planned action. Okay, gonna means going to, right? So that's good, Carlos. So in speaking, a lot of times people use gonna, meaning going to. So going to equals gonna. I'm gonna study tonight. I'm gonna see a movie, right? I am going to see a movie, right? I'm gonna see my parents this weekend. I'm gonna go to a baseball game and watch the Dodgers win the World Series. Sorry about your Astros, Carlos. Did you see the Dodger game the other day? Ohtani, 2 home runs. Also Hernandez, 2 home runs. Dodgers hitting, they're good hitters. The bullpen's terrible. Their bullpen is terrible, but starting pitching and hitting is fantastic on the Dodgers. So thank you, Carlos. So we have going to means gonna. So that's just speaking. That's colloquial speaking, casual speaking. Oh, so Yukino question, do you prefer gonna or over going to? Not really. I prefer going to. But maybe that's because I live in Japan now. I'm an English teacher. So I'm gonna, I think, you know, I'm getting older now. And I think maybe gonna is used, you know, more younger people use gonna. Thank you, Carlos. You're a real friend, Carlos. Yes, informal speech, informal word. That's right. So I don't know. Either's fine, right? When you're speaking, it's informal. But I think as we get older, we should speak better, right? It's just it's an individual thing. It's up to you. You can own. If you like to say gonna, use gonna. If it's like I always say for learners of English, right? English is your second language or your foreign language, and whatever's easier for you, right? Whatever you can communicate, which is easier for you to communicate with, right? So it's always like what's easier for you, what's easier for you to remember, what's easier for you to pronounce, what's easier for you to communicate. Choose the easier way. Be like water, right? Water finds the simplest way down. So be like water. Okay, thank you, Carlos, for bringing that up. Going to versus gonna. Okay, let's continue. Fix the mistakes. So we did 3, right? I am going to study tonight. Now we have 4 and 5. Oh, did we do 4 and 5 already? Okay, I'm looking up the chat. Okay. Yeah, okay, Katie. Okay, Carlos. Yeah, okay, good. So 4, we would help if we could, right? So would is precede, or would is followed by the base verb, right? So not to, but the base verb. We would help. Hey, Baran. Hello, Baran. Hello, Khan. And then, yeah, and then number 5, he is going to be late. So we need the be verb is with going. We're going to, right? And so it's he, it's subject plus be verb. And so he's the subject, but there's no be verb. So the be verb is because it's he. He is. And then our pattern going to, and then be as the base verb, right? He is going to be late. Okay, good job, everyone. Now we have number 5 here. And this is our last one for this worksheet. So your turn, open practice. Here we go. Write a sentence using going to. Write a sentence using would. What are you going to do this weekend? What would you do if you won the lottery, right? So sentence using going to. Sentence using would. Then we have going to again. So what are you going to do this weekend? So tell us your plans this weekend. And today's Thursday, so the weekend is coming soon. And then a hypothetical situation, a imaginary situation. What would you do if you won the lottery? Okay, Helga, here. Okay, Helga's sentence here. Going to, using going to. I'm going to have a nap later. Very good. Okay, Helga's using would in a sentence. I would play the piano when I was a child. Very good. A repeated action in the past. Iman, she's going to have this house next month. Okay, that's Iman's sentence, going to. So use the pattern. And Helga did perfect with the pattern. Iman did perfect with the pattern. Carlos, I'm going to watch the baseball game tomorrow. Me too. So perfect use of the pattern, Carlos. Iman, I would love to sleep earlier every day. That's imaginary. That's a wish. Hypothetical. Great, Iman. Perfect. Okay, let's go 3 minutes. Write your sentences, and then we have one more worksheet after this. So I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes. And actually, I need to take a bathroom break, a restroom break, okay? So write your sentences, and I have to take a short break. I have to use the restroom. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's see your sentences here. Iman, I don't have any plans for the weekend yet. Good sentence. Carlos, I'm going up the chat here. Okay, let's see. Iman, I would love to sleep early every day. Helga, I'm going to work this weekend. Kayleen, I'm going to study tomorrow. Carlos, I would play soccer when I was a child. Good. Katie, I am going to work tomorrow morning. Yes. Baran, Iman, I don't have any plans for the weekend yet. I think I read that. Khan, I'm going to play tennis this weekend. Good. Carlos, I'm going to call it a day at 5 p.m. Perfect. Using the idiom. Nice, Carlos. Helga, I would, okay, the lottery. Okay, I would share money with people who are dear to me if I won the lottery. Fantastic. Am I dear to you, Helga? Carlos, I'm going to hit the road tomorrow morning. Very good. Kadeen, I would help you if I could. Iman, they are going to meet with the new customer in a few minutes. Good. Okay, nice sentences. We got to go to our next activity. The timer went off. Let's go to our next worksheet. Oh, thank you, Helga. Thank you so much. I hope you win the lottery, Helga. I don't play the lottery. I think it's a waste of money. Okay, good. All right. Okay, we got one more worksheet to do. And we are going to compare vocabulary pairs now. So we're doing a lot of comparisons, right? So number 3, comparing vocabulary pairs. Number 3. Sorry about that. Comparing vocabulary pairs. Bad writing. I'm sorry. And it is illicit and illicit. Oh, very, very close to pronunciation, right? Sounds the same, but they're not the same. And you pronounce them a little bit differently too. Illicit, illicit. That means you produce a response. You get a response. Right, so you elicit a response. So you ask a question for people to answer, right? So in my classes at the university, I'm always trying to elicit responses from the students, right? I want them to answer my questions. I want them to participate in class, right? Here in Japan, the students would rather just be quiet. So in Japanese universities, many classes are very quiet. So it's my job to elicit them, get their responses. I want them to ask me questions. I want them to talk in class because it's a communication class. So elicit, elicit. So you're kind of pronouncing the E, elicit, elicit, and then illicit, illicit. So again, ill, like, oh, how are you? Oh, I'm ill. Oh, Bob at work is ill. So again, here, the emphasis, the stress is here and then here. So like ill meaning sick. Okay, so illicit, illicit, get a response. Illicit, illicit means it is not allowed by law. Not allowed by law. and mostly like maybe like drugs, illicit. It's not allowed by law, right? The police will arrest you. You will, you will get in big trouble if you do something illicitly, right? Oh, that is illicit. That is against the law. You're not allowed to do that. Oh, that you are doing that illicitly. You're doing it against the law. You are doing it against the rules. Okay, so he is protesting illicitly. He is using drugs illicitly. He is, yeah, so he is breaking the law. Illicit. Illicit, illicit. Okay, so now let's check out the worksheet. Carlos, get a ticket for me. Buy a ticket. Get a lottery ticket for me. Okay, Carlos. Let's win the big one. Let's do the Mega Millions, okay, Carlos? I need some money. I need more money. Let's do it, Carlos. Win that lottery. Get your Mega Millions, and then share a little over here. Okay, let's check out the worksheet, and we're going to compare vocabulary pairs, right? So we already compared idioms, right? We compared hit the road and call it a day. Then we just finished comparing grammar pairs, going to and would. Now we're comparing vocabulary pairs. Illicit, illicit. Hearts in the chat. Thank you for those shooting hearts. Okay, here we go. Let's open the worksheet. Here we go. Okay, I have to make it larger so we can see it easily. I know many of you have phones. Okay, we're gonna look at illicit and illicit. Illicit, verb, to draw out a response, right? I want my students to respond. I want my students to ask. I want my students to talk in class, use English in class. And so I try to elicit them to respond in class. So example sentence, the teacher's question elicited thoughtful answers from the students. The teacher's question elicited thoughtful answers from the students. And then illicit. God, I hope you can understand me. Illicit. It's an adjective. Not allowed by law or rules. Illegal or forbidden. He was arrested for selling illicit drugs. Illicit. 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 So maybe this will help, maybe if we take a little pause. Let's take a little pause, meaning let's stop and then continue. Illicit. Oh, that makes it easier. Illicit. Illicit, right? Illicit. So I think we can do licit, right? Licit. I think we could pronounce licit. 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 Okay, so I don't think that's too difficult. Let's do this. Licit. Licit. Now we could go. We have E and ill. Okay, so illicit, illicit, ill, meaning sick. Oh, I feel ill. Oh, I'm feeling a little ill. Illicit, illicit. So we just pause a bit and then say the rest. Then maybe we can pronounce it easier and better. Illicit, illicit. Okay, let's think about that. Let's keep that in our heads. Let's try to do that. Let's say E and then take a little pause and then continue licit. Elicit, get a response. I want my students to respond, so I am doing my best to elicit responses from my students. And then illicit. Oh no, that is illicit. Stop doing it. Okay, so let's go with let's continue here. Okay, so not allowed. So elicit, draw a response. Illicit, not allowed. Okay, now we're going to match. 2. Match each description to the correct word. A, to bring out a reply or reaction. Is it elicit or illicit? And then B, something illegal or not permitted. Okay, good, Helga. So A is elicit. Yep. Good, Baran. Number 1, elicit. Good, good, good. Katie, Iman. Good, Carlos. Okay, and then number 3 here. Yep, Katie, so B is illicit, something illegal or not permitted. Illicit. Okay, number 3, choose elicit or illicit to complete each sentence. Okay, Iman, yes. And after you write your answers, I will read the sentences with the correct word, with the correct vocabulary item. Okay. And the topic is illicit versus illicit. And we're almost done here, but you'll see in a minute. Okay. So we are now filling in the blanks here with illicit or illicit. And I think we're like done here in this section. Hello, Henna. Okay, let's say the sentences using the correct word. Is it illicit or illicit? Here we go. Number one, the comedian's joke managed to elicit laughter from the crowd, right? So his jokes made people respond with laughter. Yep. Number two, police found evidence of illicit activity in the warehouse, right? So it is against the rules. It is against the law, right? So it is illicit activity. Number three, her smile could elicit trust from anyone she met. So her face, her smile made people respond in a trustful way. And then number four, he was caught in possession of illicit substances. So things, right? So those are probably like drugs. So he was caught in possession of illicit substances, things that are against the law. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, hey, Piyush. So you guys came in late here. So we got one more thing to do in this worksheet and we'll review, okay? So what we'll do here, I put everything on the whiteboard, all the worksheets on my Patreon, and so after we just do this one little part, we'll review what we did today. And then of course, because this is recorded, right? You can go back and re-watch this later, right? So all my lessons, all our live streams, they're all recorded on my YouTube channel. And so if you came late, you can just go back and look at the beginning, okay? So anyways, we got one more thing to do on the worksheet. We're almost finished with this worksheet. And it's your turn, number 4 here. It's your turn. Write one sentence using illicit and the other using illicit. Okay, I'm not sure how to pronounce your Patel. Okay. Let's write sentences. I want to see your sentences using illicit and illicit. So remember, illicit is to get a response. Do something to get a response. Illicit is something that is against the law. It's not allowed. You can get in trouble for having it, doing it. Okay, Helga, I like when my greeting elicits greeting. Okay, here, Helga, we're going to fix your sentence a little bit. I like it when my greetings elicit a response. A positive response. Let's say positive response, right? So you greet someone, you say, hello, how are you today? And you want them to say, oh, I'm great. How about you? So you want to elicit a positive response. So here we go, Helga. I like it. I like it when my greetings elicit a positive response. Okay, Iman, it is going to be hard to write these sentences, so I'm going to call it a day. Good sentence. Motivate others to do something. Yeah, Baran. So what you're doing, you are motivating others to do something, right? So like a teacher wants to elicit a response from the class to answer questions, to do an activity, right? So elicit a response to do something. Okay, Helga rewrote her sentence. I like it when my greetings elicit a positive response. Perfect, Helga. Okay, Carlos, you're using the wrong word. Illicit. The Astros team are using illicit baseball bats. Okay, good. Illicit. So ILLICIT. So just illicit. There's no S at the end because you have bats. There's your S. So the Astro team are using illicit baseball bats. Okay, remember, Helga, we're using illicit. Okay, so I don't do any illicit things. That means illegal, right? So, but we're practicing illicit. Okay, so let's go 3 minutes using, make your own sentence using illicit or illicit. 3 minutes on the timer. And then when we finish this, there is a quiz on top of the chat. It's a white box. In the white box, there's a sentence. In the sentence, there's a missing word. Choose the best word. Yeah, there you go, Helga. I don't do any illicit things. I will, Henna, when in a couple minutes, I will go over the whiteboard for you. Yes, Carlos, illicit baseball bats. Perfect. So maybe a corked bat, right? Hollow bat, some bat that is not allowed in the major leagues. Iman, it is illicit to pass the red traffic light. Yes. Good, Iman. Okay, we got 2 minutes. Write your sentences. And then I will explain this for Henna. Okay, Khan, we don't know anything illicit. Okay, there you go. We don't know anything illicit. That works. Tell the police, hey, I don't know anything illicit. Good. Yeah, Hannah, super late. We're like almost finished here. That's okay. Watch it again. Watch it from the beginning, Hannah. Okay, 1 more minute. Write your sentences. Okay, we're coming down 15 seconds. You'll hear the beep, beep, beep very soon. There it is. Okay. That was the worksheet. Good job. Well done. Okay, isn't that a beautiful worksheet? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, here we go. And all these beautiful worksheets are on my Patreon. Support me there so I can support you here. Okay, let's, we got a quiz, but before we do the quiz, we're gonna just review real quick what we did here today. We compared these idioms. Hit the road, that means to travel somewhere by your car or get out of leave someplace, right? Oh, this bar is too crowded, let's hit the road. Oh, we've had enough to drink, let's hit the road. Let's leave, or let's hit the road and let's hit the road to New York, right? You take your car and you drive somewhere. Call it a day, you finish work. Great job, everyone. Well done. Let's call it a day, right? You finished work. And then we compared these grammar pairs. Going to, right? That is a planned action in the future. I'm going to see my mother tonight. Would, that's a hypothetical situation, a imaginary situation. If I had $1 million, I would go to Europe, right? It's not real, it's imagined. Or a repeated action in the past. When I was young, I would walk to school every day. And then we just compared these vocabulary items, or these comparing vocabulary pairs. And the pair was illicit versus illicit. Illicit, get a response. So a teacher elicits, the teacher wants to elicit a response from the students, right? So the teacher wants the students to ask questions. The teacher wants the students to participate in class, especially a language class, right? I teach English at a university, and so I want my students to use English. I want my students to practice English. So I make activities so the students will elicit responses, right? I want the students to answer and do these activities. So when I'm making a worksheet, I want the students to respond from those worksheets. So I elicit responses from my students. And then illicit, illegal, not allowed by law. So something that is against the law, something that the police will take you away. They will take you away because you're doing something illicitly. You're doing something illicitly, so you will get in trouble. You will be taken away by the police. And the pronunciation is difficult, so we practice this. So we said the first part of the word, and then we took a little response and finished the word, right? So illicit, to get a response, right? The comedian elicited a laugh from the audience, right? So the comedian's joke made the audience laugh. So he elicited a response from the audience. He elicited laughs. He elicited laughs. Illicit. Ill. Oh, I'm feeling sick, right? Illicit. Illicit. That is something not allowed. Illegal. Police will take you. So, illicit. We're going to respond. We're going to pause a little bit and then say the second part. Illicit. Illicit. Response. Illicit. Illicit. Something illegal, not allowed by the police. Illicit. Illicit. Okay? That's what we did today. Okay, Hannah? Okay, and check out this lesson from the beginning. Yeah, from the beginning, check it out if you came late. And of course, all the worksheets you see here on my Patreon, support me there so I can support you here. We got one more thing to do, everyone. It is a quiz on top of the chat. It's in a white box. There's a sentence. In the sentence, there's a missing word. Choose the best word for the sentence. Okay, let me get some water, and then let's do the quiz. Oh, Afra. Hello, Afra. Okay, good, good. Okay, let's open up the white box here. Okay, here we go. Are you ready for the quiz? All right, the sentence is, I like a cup of tea, please. I like a cup of tea, please. Choose the best word. Is it will? Is it would? Is it can? Is it should? Does the sentence go like this? I will like a cup of tea, please. I would like a cup of tea, please. I can like a cup of tea, please. I should like a cup of tea, please. Will, would, can, should. Choose the best word. Good luck. Yes, it is would, right? A polite request. So there's one more function for would. So here we did two functions, right? A repeated action in the past and a hypothetical imaginary situation, where here in the chat, or in the quiz on top of the chat, it is a polite request. I would like that. I would like those blue trousers, please. I would like another cup of coffee, please. So a polite request. And so our sentence in the quiz was, I would like a cup of tea, please. I always say, I would like another cup of coffee, please. That's my polite request. That's my most often requested, my most often request. I would like another cup of coffee, please. Okay, Con, you too. Yep. So the answer for the quiz is would. You're welcome, Hannah. Yes, Carlos, I would like a cup of tea, please. Very good. Great, Carlos. Thank you. Con, you too. Have a nice day. Okay. Well, guess what? I'll be back tomorrow at 10 p.m. for our premiere video. Yes, every Friday night, 10 p.m. we do a premiere video. It's a collection of 5 videos. We watch the videos and chat together, make sentences together. That's happening tomorrow night, Friday. So I live in Japan. So you see these times, these are Japan times. I live in Japan. These are my times here in Japan. I don't know where you are. I don't know your time. So you have to check your time with Japan time, okay? And so it's going to be Friday night, every Friday night at 10 p.m. Premiere videos. Okay, so tomorrow night, 5 p.m. No. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Premiere video. It's a collection of 5 videos. It's about 30 minutes. We watch these videos. We make sentences according to the videos, right? Every video has patterns, and we practice those patterns together. We also chat together. If you have questions for me, I'm there with you in the chat live. Oh, thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate you guys being here with me, because of course, without you, there's no reason for me to be here. And Carlos, the green team, thank you so much. And if you want to be like Carlos, if you want to be kind like Carlos, join the the team, join my channel, get your name in green, be part of the green team, join the channel like Carlos did. Okay, and also Patreon, support me there so I can support you here. Get all the worksheets on my Patreon. Amazon.com for books. Everything you need is right here. All your English needs are here with me. We got worksheets, we got books, we got videos, and we are live here together. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to help you. Come to my channel every day. I upload videos, live streams, shorts. There's quizzes in the posts. Okay, so check it out every day. Come to my channel every day. Tell your friends. Give me thumbs up. Give me likes. Thank you so much. Okay, let's say goodbye together. We're going to count down together and say goodbye. Peace and love to you and your family. Smile. Be safe. Stay healthy. Let's count down. Oh, the heart's shooting up in the chat. Thank you so much for that. Okay, here we go. We're going to count down. We're going to say goodbye together. Oh, and also, I'm so sorry. Yukinon, thank you for your kind super chat today. Thank you, Yukinon. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Yukinon. Okay, let's say goodbye together. Here we go. We're counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love and peace to you and your family. Smile. Be safe. Stay healthy. Thank you so much. Yukinon, thank you. Carlos, thank you. Okay, take it easy. Bye. Thank you, everyone.